Today's video is very important because from this point Java will stop looking like data types and operators. It will start taking decisions and print repeated work. It will decide whether a student is passed or not, if a number is even or odd. It will print multiplication tables, it will calculate the factorial, it will reverse a number. All this happens because of programming constructs. Hello everyone, I am Ramakrishna here and I welcome all of you for the full stack development series. But this is going to be a hands-on full stack development series. In this video, we are going to talk about three important programming constructs: sequence, selection and iteration. Sequence meaning executing steps, programming steps one by one. Selection is taking decisions using if else, switch, etc. Iteration, repeat work using for loop, while and do while loop. Guess what it is? Not going to talk about syntax. We're going to solve small problems and discover how Java thinks. Get set, go! So in the last three videos we discussed about Java full stack. We set up JDK environment in Eclipse. We also spoke about data types, operators, variables, etc. This video we are going to talk about programming constructs. Remember one thing, this is going to be a hands-on thing. So I request all my participants to open up Eclipse. I'm going to give you a minute or two. Please open Eclipse. Try watching this particular YouTube video in your laptop so that you can actually open up this video in YouTube and you can start coding. My expectation is learn coding hands-on. So let us going to create the first Java project. So I'm saying, repeat again, new Java project. I'm going to name it as video hyphen 4 hyphen programming constructs. Guess what it is? I'm uploading all the Java projects which we are going to do in this particular video in Java full stack web stack series. So you can see this is a GitHub video, GitHub repository, github.com/achala ramkrishna/java full stack series. So whatever programming which we're going to do in this particular YouTube video, you can actually find the code. So the link of GitHub will be given in the description and you can actually visit the code which I am typing as you see. What is going to be our approach? We need to understand the problem, what needs to be solved, think in terms of plain simple English, and then convert the logic to Java. So there are two aspects which all of you need to understand. You can be school students or college students or working professionals or engineering students. There are three steps to write coding in Java: understand the problem, understand the solution, write code in Java. That's it. It's going to be very interesting. So programming constructs are of three types: sequence, selection and iteration. Sequence is solving it step by step, selection is decision making, iteration is repeat work. So let us get started. Sequence. So I'm going to open a small notepad, okay, and first write down the question and then we can actually get started. So okay, now let us calculate the percentage of the student. Okay, so how do we do it? Now right click, new, class, and then let's name it as calculate percentage app, public static void main, and select it. So lot of planning is needed to solve it. So the best part is I'm going to put double slash and then put the context like calculate the percentage of the student. Calculate the percentage of the student. So we're going to accept, let's say, math, English, and science marks. Assuming the total being 100. After that, we're going to calculate the total marks by doing the sum, and then we'll calculate the percentage. Okay, so always remove this to do auto generated code. So the first step is calculating the accepting the math. So there is a utility called scanner. Scanner is equal to new scanner. Why scanner we will use to accept the input from the thing. Now you see a dot red color error over here. If you take your mouse cursor closer to there, you can see the import scanner. Correct? Hey, there it is. Import java.util.scanner. Now let us actually do it. So let us say system.out.println enter math marks. Remember one thing, the most important thing is programming is steps is declare and initialize variable. The second step is use them. So ideally it is not advised to, let's say you have a programming, you have like writing 100 lines of code. It is not a good practice to declare a variable at the 50th line or the 80th line. You should always start with it. So we can actually say int marks, int math marks, int English marks, int double marks. Okay, now the problem which I'm thinking is I got 75.4 or 70.6. Now if you declare a variable as integer, since it is a whole number, we are going to lose it, right? So the best way of doing it is declaring like double or float. Then we can actually incorporate it. So the best way of initializing it is saying 0.0. Okay. So declaring and initializing variables is done. Now we'll talk about accepting them. Now as we saw, the first thing is you understand the problem, the second thing is you understand the solution, and the third thing is go about coding it. Understanding the problem is accepting the math, English and science marks and calculating the total and the percentage. Yes, we know the formula. That means we understand the solution. Now is the time when we are converting that into Java. So how do we accept a double data? It's like this. You have to say math marks is equal to, correct, scanner dot next double. Now I'll say system dot out dot println, okay, and then I'll say math marks colon math marks as a variable. Remember one thing, if you are new to programming and you want to really learn about how coding has to be done, now there is no fun in writing 200 lines of code and debugging for hours, not knowing where you have gone right or gone wrong. Clarity of thought is the first quality of a programmer. So I am very easy, my code has to be very simple. I've declared the variable and I have accepted my math marks. Now I want to make sure whether these lines of code work or not. I don't care about the bigger part of the program. So what I do, I right click here, run and Java application. Now you see in the console area you get math marks and then some, and here, right, assume that I am accepting like 76. See, it is actually coming in green color. That means it is accepting the input, and then press the enter key. There it is, the math marks 76.0 is getting displayed. So rest assured that from line number 12 to line number 20 you're all set. You know, if the program works, then only it makes fun in moving forward. Otherwise we fix the program and then we move forward. The next thing is we need to accept the English marks, and so now I don't want to display, so I'm just pulling this line out, okay, and then I'm copy pasting these lines. Remember, copy pasting anybody can do, but you need to write the right code. You need to write the English, science, and math marks. I'm having a lot of fun today. So English, see we English math marks. Whenever you write a code, right, I have a small request, check for the spelling mistake. If your attitude is towards checking spelling mistakes, you know what is going to happen? Lots of problems get solved. See, I'm making so many problems. See, I said double marks, I made English mistakes and all kind of things. Now generally when I code, no, I just take a like a 30 seconds pause. I stop coding and then I start reading the code. Reading the code is, if you read what you have coded, half the battle is won. Now you see here, double math marks is equal to 0, double English marks is equal to 0, double science marks is equal to 0. Scanner, enter math, enter English, enter science, math, science. See, now I'm assured that what I have written is correct. So the first step is done, like, accepting. Correct. Now the second thing is calculating the total marks. Now instead of defining the total marks here, like double total marks is equal to 0, as I told you, right, as I told you, you should not code for yourself. You should code for somebody else who is going to look into your code. 0.0. So if somebody else is going to look into the code, he'll say, okay, there are 4 variables: math, English, science, total. In 1 second he'll understand that this total is the sum of all those things. So you can actually say total marks is equal to math marks plus English marks plus science marks. Now what I do is system.out.println, and I say total marks, and I actually, you know what I do, a right click and run the application. See, this is the second time I'm running the program. Confidence can only be built when you know that your path is right. So it's asking for English marks. The best way to calculate is enter 80, 80 and 80. See, why to make fun of maths? 80 plus 80, 80 is 240. See, it's 240. So half the battle is won. I don't take a risk saying 79.5.86.3 plus 43.2. I'm not that good at math. So why should I take a risk? Now the time is to calculate the percentage. Now again you should actually declare something like double percentage is equal to 0.0 percentage. Now what has happened is, you come here, you say percentage is equal to, percentage is equal to, and then you can actually say total marks divided by 100 into okay, sorry. See, syntax errors, compiler will help you. Runtime errors, exception handling can help you. Logical errors, neither your friend or family, God also will not help. Why you want to take risk? So system.out.println, and then I can say percentage Remember, you are not in a hurry. While catching a bus or a train or a flight, don't code because you'll never go right. You know, one thing, my job is all about precision. So open this bracket over here and put this bracket over here. You know that BODMAS rule, right? First brackets are getting executed and then the calculation of total max by 300 is calculated. After that it is multiplied by 100. Now what has happens is when I run this program, right? When I run this program Java application, you see here I get 80, I get 80, I get 80. So I get 80. But you know something is missing. Yes, it should show that it should actually you got this much. Correct? Now let us run the program here. Run Java application. So you get 80, you get 80, you get 80. Wow, 80 percentage. Congratulations, your program is done. The first program, and this is actually known as sequence. See, I believe in walking the talk instead of telling, doing it. See, you declared the variables. Next sequence, you accepted the marks. Next sequence, you calculated the marks. Next you calculate the percentage and displaying. Everything is happening step by step. Hence, this style of programming, this this is sequential programming. Just step by step. Okay. Now you can do several programs like this. You can actually accept length and breadth and calculate area and perimeter. You can actually accept the basic, calculate HRA, DA, HRA meaning house rent allowance, DA meaning daily allowance, and net salary. You can do deductions also, because all these are all step by step. You accept the basic and then calculate, maybe it's 10% of HR basic, calculate DA 15%, add some deductions, taxes and all, and then do the math right. So this style of programming is what you call as sequential programming. You might be thinking, right, I'm already done. I'm not done. Programming is all about finding it out. Let's say that you're stuck somewhere and you're not getting things right. How do you help? See, I'm not teaching Java to only those people who are good at Java. I'm teaching to the Java for somebody who is new to Java, or somebody who wants to really learn Java. Now please try to understand, there are three important phases. Do you have your notebook and pen with you? You don't have? Can you go and get it, please? Any notebook and any pen should be okay. Now understand that there are three things which are actually important. One is coding, the second one is debugging, and the third one is testing. So coding, debugging, and testing are the three important things. There your output, right, will be of quality. Just coding is not programming. Coding, and if you get debugging, is to make sure that your code is going fine at every step of the code flow logic, and testing is to test whether it is actually good or right. Now all you remember one thing, how to debug the application. So since that is the main reason why you use an IDE, we use an Eclipse IDE so that we make sure that what we are doing is correct. Now let us do one thing. You actually go to run in the menu. Okay, but before that you have to put a breakpoint. A breakpoint is, from there the debugging will start. Debugging is to know whether you are doing right or not. That's my understanding. Line number 15, no, I'm putting a dot. See, I'll do it again. Can you check it again? Do you see my cursor? See, it is going towards line number 15. Yeah, and I'm double clicking it. Do you see a small dot? I see it. Okay, great. Now see the fun, when how debugging happens. You click on run and then say debug and then select Java application. Okay, you can actually do it again, run, debug and Java application, or you can right click and debug as and Java application. These are the two ways to do it. Right click, debug as Java application, or run, debug as Java application. Now when I click on this, the Eclipse was having the Java perspective. Now it is actually changing the to debug perspective. Now suddenly the screen changes. Suddenly the screen changes. Now look into the screen. Take your time. We are not in a hurry. You see here there is a red color button. You see on top left, just below the navigate menu item, you see red color, that is terminate. That means if you click on that, the whole debugging will get terminated. If you want to if you paused it, if you want to resume it, then you have to do it. For terminating, you can press Control F2 also. For resuming, you can press F8. Now next to the terminate, there are two icons are there. One is step into, the other one is step F6. This is exactly what is very important, step into and F6. Now this program doesn't have functions. Step into is, let's say you're calling a function and then you want to get inside that particular function, then you have to do step into. But if you just want to sequentially move on, F6 is. Now F6 is the only thing which you have to remember. On the top right of the Eclipse IDE, imagine that there are three panels. On the right panel, you see this is the debug panel. So you have variables, you have breakpoints, and you have expressions. This is so interesting. Coding is very easy if you use the tools. See, you are as strong as the number of tools you have actually, right? Now you can actually see I'm pressing the step over F6 button. So it is going to the next thing. So the moment I clicked it once, you can see on the right side the math marks variable has come. I can actually say that your execution engine is getting displayed over here. How the code takes. Now you see on the right hand side, math marks, everything is 0. Now I right click here, okay, enter math marks. See the console, the output is coming. Now now if you see here, if I say F6, now the control has shifted here, it's blinking. So let us say 90. In green color it has come. The moment I pressed enter, right, you see on the yellow the line is getting highlighted, the marks is 90, and then you say F6, F6. Now you enter 80. You see English marks 80 is getting highlighted. Wait a minute, I'll just, now I press F6 again. Now I'm pressing 70. See, science marks is getting highlighted. After that, you see now the line number 29, it is total marks. Now it has come to 29. So total marks get calculated. So I don't have to wait for the whole world to tell me whether I'm right or not. So it has calculated, 240, 90 plus 80 plus 70 is 240. Now you come here, percentage is 0 on the right panel. Now the, see, before even it displays the percentage, I got 80%, you see, and then I run the program, the percentage is getting displayed. Now how this is how you should find out whether the program is correct or not. Now did I tell you There are three important things in development. Coding, we wrote. Debugging, we did. Debugging is where at least I know whether while the program is running step by step, whether each line performed to its merit or not. This is actually known as debugging. Somebody should not tell us, I should debug. You should tell yourself that you should debug. If you practice debugging, the world is sorted. So congratulations, we finished our first program in calculating the percentage of the student. And remember one thing, this is a hands-on coding session on Java full stack development series. I'm not hurrying up to close to make a 15-minute video or a 20-minute video. For me, every YouTube video is a class. For me, it's an opportunity to teach that particular chapter so that you get benefited. So please pause my videos and focus. Now there are three things which you have to keep it. Keep a notebook ready with you, keep your laptop with Eclipse on, watch my video, code the video, watch my video, code the video. Now you can actually, now if I double click here, you can see my whole program. Correct? Now take a picture. Take a picture. Pause it. Now go back to your Eclipse and code it. And and I'm telling you, if my video is 1 hour video, you take 2.5 hours happily to learn. You pause the video. Now what I'm really expecting everyone is you go back to your Eclipse, you write the code, you run the code, you do debugging, correct? And this code should work. Then our milestone 1 is over. Now all the participants, I'm giving 2 exercises to you to try it out. Okay, and the first thing is, these are the 2 exercises which I'm giving. So can you do this for me? You are my favorite participant, right? Okay, exercises. Okay, now the first thing is, you accept the length, breadth and of a rectangle, accept the length, breadth and breadth of a rectangle and calculate the area and the perimeter. The second thing is, accept the basic, DA, HRA and net salary. If you have got doubts, you know, uh, give a comment in the YouTube video and I'll answer. Okay. If you want to get in touch with me, ask for my contact. I'll share it with you. I can teach you in person. We can go to a Google Meet and I can actually explain the doubts, etc. Congratulations. The first milestone is passed. We discussed about sequence. Sequencing is all about starting, inputting, initializing the data, calculating and display the output. That's what exactly we did. Now the next step of this, so second phase of this particular video is on selection. Selection is all about decision making. Okay, and then deciding. And there are three syntaxes which we are going to do. One is if else, if, while, to while, etc. So if you ask me for selection, these are all the syntaxes are there, like if and else, if, else, if, right? And then you can actually have if, etc. And finally you have something like switch. Now just wanted to tell you that uh, you need to be a good student, when it comes to Java or in any terms of coding. And I'm telling you that my foundation is in C++. I've not learned all these things when I was learning Java. So that's the beauty, I might have learned programming 30 years back, but today also I'm surviving and I'm explaining and teaching a language which I didn't learn in the beginning, right? So once you have a strong foundation in coding, any new language comes, it's easy for you. Okay, so these are the 5 selection syntaxes which you're going to learn. Now this training, this video is not about syntax, it's all about solving some small problems and trying to understand. Now I'm going to check in this particular code in GitHub so that the code will be available to you. Now let us actually go to Windows, Perspective, open Perspective and select Java EE by default. So we go back. Now the next program which we are going to do is on if condition. So let us check if a student has passed or not. Simple. So right click, new, and then give the name as the class as student pass app. The reason I'm giving the names so that they're readable and you understand what is happening, so that you can pick that program from the GitHub. Never keep anything in the remove all the to do's and all. So here what I'm going to do, you're going to accept total marks or accept percentage and check if a student has passed or not. Simple, 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 simple. Now we can actually do one thing. We can declare and initialize the variable, and then you can check the condition. Display the result. See, if you are organized, if you are structured, coding is natural. Confusion has no place in coding. The conceptual clarity is very important. So when software engineers attend, conference room meetings or get inputs from their managers or the leads, they look for understanding and conceptual clarity. After that, it doesn't take much time, sitting in your desk and finishing the code. Now you can say double percentage is equal to, let's say, 80. So what should we do? We can actually put 0 over here and then say scanner is equal to new scanner, and then import scanner. Got it? The error is gone. The error is gone. The error is gone. The error is gone. After that, what you're going to do? You're going to say system.out.println, enter the percentage. Okay, and then you can just say scanner is equal to percentage is equal to scanner dot next double. So if you're accepting an integer value, it is next int. Similarly, you have everything. Now the time has to check condition. So what do you write? If, see, I just wanted to tell you something. The funniest part of the story is like this: system dot out dot println percentage. Now, now this is very important. All of you, please concentrate. Now, if you think that all the participants, please concentrate. Now, if I say 78 and enter, see, excuse me, 45 minutes is a retention rate for a student in a class. Now, you might have spent, like there might be 10-15 years or over, and concentration is a problem, but dedication is not the problem, right? Now, do me a favor, pause the video, do a small walk, grab a coffee, talk to your family, correct, and come back. I don't want you to be listening to me by not, just don't listen, have fun, be happy. That's what I was trying to say. Now, why I stopped? There is a reason. Now, it is actually displaying percentage, right? Now, we discussed about operators in the last class, right? So we have relational operators and all kind of things. So percentage greater than let's say 40, greater than equal to 40. So what is the criteria of passing? See, did I tell you there are three things? Understand the problem, understand, try to solve it in plain English, right? And then write Java code. Now understanding the problem, we know we need to check whether a student has passed or not. What is the understanding the solution? That if student has secured more than 40, more than 40 is if they get 40, okay, let's make them pass. Got it? Now this whole thing comprises of variable, operator and literal. 40 is a literal, right? Correct. Now the what this whole thing, the highlighted thing is an expression, correct? An expression evaluates to a result. It can be a number or it can be true or not, right? Now what I'm trying to do, right click, run an Java application. Let's say this time I'm trying to say 90. Do you see the output? I see it. It is saying it as true. That means the percentage is greater than equal to 40 is true. So 90% of the people are not sure about how to write if conditions. I am very sure. The first thing what I do is I get the right expression. The moment you get the right expression, you know what I do? See here, Control X. I cut it. I remove the system.out.println and then I put an if condition and I paste the expression and I put a open flower bracket and all, and then I'll put an else block and then do it. Now there are two things which you have to learn. I, Ramakrishna, first found the right expression, checked whether the expression evaluates to the right output or not, and then I added that in the if condition. Everybody writes the if condition, puts the expression, and then goes about testing the program without even testing the expression. Now when your expression is incorrect, what's your if condition is going to do, right? Now there is no point of writing the code, fixing the code, writing the code, fixing the code. No, you get the right expression first, check it, and then put that expression in the if condition. Then you are sure, whether you are right or wrong, right? Now it is a matter of writing, system dot out dot println. Congratulations, you passed. And then रात कली एक ख्वाब में आई और गले का हार हुई. Everyone, check this out. I'm saying congratulations, you failed. No worries. Life is life is not about passing and failing. See, nowadays people get 90%, 95%. I don't know. At our times 50% was good enough. So if I got 50%, I'm passed. Who cares? Go out, play soccer, play cricket. That's what our life was actually. Now right click. Now the third part is displaying the result. So you don't separately display the result, you will put the result in over here. Now right click, run as Java application. Now I'm saving it and running it. Now the thing is, enter the percentage. Let's say I enter 78. I get the output, congratulations, you passed. Now did I tell you that coding is the first step, debugging is the next step. Let's do it. Now run. Now you put a breakpoint somewhere. Now let's say I put a breakpoint in line number 13. Run as and debug as Java application. Now suddenly the screen is going to change from Java perspective to debug perspective. Now you remember F6 is there, right? You click on it, the percentage is 0, scanner, enter the percentage, input. Now it is expecting me to enter 78. I press enter, right? It is actually printing the percentage. Fantastic. Now it is actually checking whether the expression is evaluated to or not. This video is different, this is much more than a class. Now you know what I do. I have learned Java in a hard way. You see, I'm selecting that percentage. I'm going to this particular area, correct? Variable breakpoint expression. I'm copying that expression and then clicking on and then pasting it and then pressing enter. See, see, percentage is greater than equal to 40 is true. Now I'm adding. Let's say I go here. I go here and then I press enter. See, I click here and let's say percentage is less than and all. See, so basically what happens is when you are not sure about the logic, correct? There is no struggle in the mind. I actually struggle inside Eclipse. I don't struggle in the mind. So whatever conceptual thoughts I get it, whether this scenario is correct, that scenario is correct. Maybe my expression is wrong and all. Now what I do is I've written the code. Imagine that expression is wrong. So what I'll do, I have to get the right expression, right? The way I get the right expression is I go to Eclipse and I check it. I actually change it. Now I actually get the right expression. I cut it and I paste it. Now you continue. Congratulations, you passed. See, done, done. Now let us check the next scenario again. So run debug as Java application, correct? So I don't run my program, I debug my programs and then I enjoy actually, so that I know step by step how my code behaves. Okay, so here I'll say 38. Did I ever get 38 marks in school or college? If I say yes, will you believe me? Aha, what you do today matters. What happens in school, who cares? Now worries, you failed, no worries. Failing is just that particular event. See, for me a failure, I feel bad for that moment, so I'm failed that moment. Next moment I'm good, go have a gulab jamun, you'll forget that you failed. That's what I'm trying to say. Hang out with other friends, you failed, who cares about it? No, I'm just having fun, so that you know we can actually have the good spirit. Now you see here, congratulations, you passed, no worries, you failed. This program works. Now I'm actually thinking that if I go back, now I'm going to Windows perspective and I'm going to others and then Java triple E by default. Remember, the previous program is exactly the same thing, right? We calculated the math, science, total percentage, and then we displayed the percentage. Now, passing of the student is the next step of the whole thing, right? Now, what we can actually do is we can copy this if percentage, go back to thing, and after printing the percentage, right, we can actually write it like this, correct? I'm continuation, right? That means that I have some programming sense, is, let's say I click on 80, click on 80, click on 80, congratulations, you passed. Again run the program, again run the program. Java application, you have got 34, you got 34, you got 34. No worries, no worries, no worries. See, everything is in sync. Now we have done two things, right? One is we checked whether the student has passed or not, correct? So I finished two programs for you and it's a hands-on. What did you learn? How to code, how to debug. Now I'll come back to the third part, testing. For that I have to write functions. So in the next tutorial, in the next video, I'm going to write JUnit test cases along with functions, and we can actually test it thoroughly. I need a function to test it. That's the reason I am not testing right now. Okay, now let us go and write a new program called whether it is even odd program. All of you all of you be in the right spirits. Now we are going to find out whether a number is even or not odd. So always what I do is check if a program is even or odd. This is my problem statement. See, I'm nowadays coding in Python, so I've started putting hashes comments. The second thing is you accept the number, check it, and print the result. Now, did I understand the problem? Yes. Check if a program is even or odd. Correct? Now, what did I do? Accept the number, check it, and print. Now it's in plain English. Now let's convert in writing the code. Okay. Would you like to try? I'll wait. I'm giving few seconds. Start over, start over, start over. Can you please open laptop? See, seriously, coding is all about passion. I'll tell you one thing. I can't do anything else other than coding. So that is the reason if people say that you have to find some other alternative, I'm not sure about what to do. Now I am doing what I like, and doing what I like is the most important thing in life. Otherwise, you will be like you are stuck in you know a wrong profession. Okay, I totally believe in coding and programming. In fact, I can tell you one thing: if I am a good programmer, I can prompt well, so that AI can take help from me actually. Okay, let's start. I think by now you should have finished it, right? So the first thing is declare and initialize the variable. So what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Okay, int number is equal to 0. Remember last time I want you can't say equal to 0. This is like the beginner style coding which is not acceptable in projects. So we say int number is equal to 0. Code has to be readable. It should be like English. That's what I was trying to say. Now you have and then you accept it. So it says scanner is equal to new scanner system dot in. Go there and select import. Okay, if you just go there, hover over, you get that. Okay, the second thing is system dot out dot println, enter the number, center. Okay. Scanner is equal to sorry. Say number is equal to scanner dot next int. Correct? Number dot next int. La 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 la. Now you have accepted it. Now you have to check for the condition, right? Now you remember one thing, you have to first find the expression. Correct? So what am I trying to do? Number greater than 0. Correct? So you go back. So see, I'll tell you one thing. If you attend my tutorials, if you enter my video, you will learn to code. You will not learn coding. You will learn to code. That makes a lot of difference. Now run as Java application. Now what am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? 34. I'm getting true as the output, right? True as the output. That means okay. Now let me run the program again, and I say -9 false. So you know one thing, I basically get work to get the expression right. Now after I get the right expression, I basically cut that particular expression. Correct? Thank you very much system.out.println, and then write my I paste the expression inside. Now you can actually I do like this. You know, you don't need to give flower brackets. If your if your statement is a single line, you can just write it like that. but I like giving flower brackets. The reason is, in case in future if you have to enhance, no, the next developer should not forget it, no, is what I'm reason. Okay, now what I'm trying to say, system dot out dot println, and then say it's an even number. Every statement in Java ends with a semicolon. Now, when to give semicolon and when not to give semicolon is a practice. Now, I actually tell you one thing. If you attend my videos, correct? Attend my YouTube videos and code, and when you're getting an error, you compare my code with your code and you find out where you have gone wrong. You practice it. You practice it 3 times, writing the same program. Fourth time, you close your eyes and write code. That's where you learn to code. So I just wanted to tell you, writing one program once, you don't become a programmer. Writing the same program 4 times. Whenever you are stuck, watch, repeat, watch, repeat, watch, repeat, watch, repeat. Finally, you will start writing the code error free and bug free. And that's where the programming skill gets into you. So you can't learn coding by just writing the code once. You learn coding by writing the same code 6 times, 10 times. You don't know, maybe 1000 times I would have written this program. So I actually know whether it will work or not. See, Java and thing. Now I am expecting 7. It's an even number. Running again. 8. Sorry, not here. 8. It's an even number. Right click. Run as a program. Java program. Now it's a -9. It's an odd number. Correct? Now, oh no, oh yes. Oh no, oh yes. Now if I enter 0, right, it is giving me it's an odd number. Correct? It's an odd number. So basically I think what I should do is I should change this program a bit. If a number is greater than 0, it's an even number, and then this else if comes. Else if number is less than 0, it's an even number. And sorry, and else that, and then you have the third line, system dot out dot println, it's 0. Okay, now indentation is the most important thing in life. So source and then do format. See, oh, my code is indented. Huh? So some many times what people do is they they put the whole thing, like they code like this, like they code like this. Everything is in the same line. Now, first of all, when you code everything in the same line, you won't understand. Correct? If you don't know how to write indented code, I can tell you, you can't write even 4 lines of code in Python, because Python doesn't have flower brackets. Python is all about indentation. Now, let us actually do one thing, put a breakpoint. Let's say I put the breakpoint and then run debug as Java application. Now I have to enter, let's say 7 I am entering. Now it is going to the debug perspective. Now you see here, it's an even number. So percentage is less than 40 is my last thing, right? I'll remove this, correct? And then I'll add in new expression, like number is greater than 0. It's true, correct? Even number, correct? And then out. Now let us debug as Java. Okay, it's good, it's running. Let us run the debug as Java application. Now let us accept 0. Okay, now we'll say F6. It's 0. That means I have three scenarios: an even number, a positive number, and the zero. So this is the second part of the syntax which I was talking about. Now let's go back to our checklist. I said only if, done. If else, done. Now the third part of the scenario is if else if, right? This is also, and then else. This is also done. Now in certain programming scenarios, right? Hmm. Okay. Now let us actually write the third scenario, which is this part is actually known as nested if. What if? Nested if. So let us write one more program. So let me go to Java perspective. See guys, I'm planning to write, this video is one video where this whole chapter is getting finished. So you take a pause at the end of every program and then come back to my YouTube video when you're fresh again, right? And that's where you learn, learn one program at a time. I really want you to learn Java through me actually. This is my real request. I'll be happy. Now let's do one more program to check vote app. Oh, I forgot to select, no. So public static void main string args. Okay. So what is the problem is accept age, check if a person can vote. Correct? This is a very simple program. See, I'm going to do lots of programs to learn the syntax. For me, learn syntax by writing programs rather than just learn syntax and leave it. I can't make you a full stack developer by teaching you the syntax. I can only make you a full stack developer by building projects, mini projects, programs, big projects. So some videos I will do whole full stack, from one corner to another, just like that. Might take some time, let it take some time, not a problem at all. Now I call, right now we are in the world of T20 because small programs are getting over, right? So the first thing is declaring and initializing the variable, right? So we'll say int age is equal to 0. Okay. Scanner is equal to new of scanner, system dot in, la 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 la, tan, ta, ta. Enter age of the person. Now you can actually say scanner is equal to scanner dot next int. सब कुछ गलत हो गया भाई. Age is equal to 0. Now what I'm trying to tell you is this is a straightforward program. So if I say if age is greater than equal to, if age is greater than equal to 18, now you can just say system.out.println and then say you can vote. Else you can actually say system.out.println go to school. By go to school. You are less than 18. You can't vote. You go to school. Now this is okay. Now we are talking about nested ifs. Now there is one more condition. There is one more condition is is there's one more condition is if age is greater than 0, and then I'm going to put this condition inside that. See, it has to be indented. Else I'll say system dot out dot println and then say invalidate. So what do you mean by nested if inside if? So this if has got one more if in it, so that we are actually safe. Now when I run this program, now if I enter like -3, right, it says invalid age. So tell me one thing, there is no point of checking if a person can vote or not if you enter an invalid age, right? That's right, right? You can do it. So you can actually put if age is greater than 0, right? I'm going to also add one ampersand, right? And we can actually say if age is less than 100. I wish a person actually enter. So when I right click, run age, and then we enter, let's say 102, we say invalid age. Maybe 1 in a billion can survive for 1 or 2. So that's the reason invalid age. So nested ifs are very important so that the flow of execution of the program is correct. Congratulations, we learned the if conditions, if else, right? If else, and then you have learned, nested ifs, etc. Now the final thing what you need to learn is the switch syntax as part of if is concerned, the switch syntax. Okay, so what we need to do right now is write a new program. Okay, and then I'll say color app. Oh, looks like I'm forgetting to click on the checkbox. System dot out dot println. Okay, forget it. Okay, now what is the problem is accept the color. Okay, if color is red, R, then say red, G green, B blue. Otherwise say any other color. Simple. I'm going to just explain this program through syntax. So we'll actually say, how it is. So I can actually say char color is equal to like this. Then I can say okay. Then la. Okay. Now system dot n dot println and color, correct, and then you say color is okay, scanner. Okay, we have been doing scanner and all, right? Let us skip scanner for a second. Let us say color is equal to R. Okay, assume that I have accepted it, and then we'll say switch, and then we'll do color. Okay, case single code R, and then you can actually say system dot out dot println and then say color is red. You can actually give a break. Now case G, correct. Now system dot out dot println and then you say color is green. Now you say case blue, and then say color is blue. You give a break. So you have given color is red, color is green, and color is blue, correct. Now there is a last option called default. Now system dot out dot println and then say any other color. Okay, so la 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 la. Now when I right click here, run as Java application, it says color is red. Now if I change from red to G, right click, run as, color is green. Okay, now let's say I put W or W, right click, run as, color any other color. Cool, this is working. So this is how the switch works. Now one more thing which I can tell you is I could have always written this using nested if, right? like like this student app, right? I would have written the code like even order, right? If color is equal to this, do this, else if. So basically switch and if else if are same. The only thing which the benefit of switch is it is more readable. So all the participants, my audiences, my friends, I'm planning to stop this video right now. I will make a part 2 video of the same chapter, and I'm going to focus on the loops, actually the repeated work, the while loop and all, so that you can do it rather than having a marathon series. Now I think so. Hope you have liked this particular video on sequence and selection, actually. So we discussed, so in this video what did we discuss? How the sequential programming is over, how how we have gone from declaring data types to operators. Now there is a life in our Java program. It can decide, it can check whether things are correct or not. Thank you very much for attending this particular video. The part 2 of this particular video, we are going to concentrate on loops. I thought of writing, lots of programs in loops, and I don't want to make a 3-hour video, so I'm stopping it right now. I will do a part 2 video so that you can actually see it. Thank you very much for attending this particular video, and stay blessed, be happy, have a nice day. Thank you. Bye bye.